Hey guys, what's up? All week long, I've been talking to you about the 5 stages of grief that I am currently writing a book on and how I use these stages of grief to get me out of my infertility depression, as well as continue to use to this very day if anything arises that kind of like puts my emotions on edge. And bargaining and depression happens to be my favorite chapter, or happens to be my favorite topic, because this is the topic in which we talk about your fairy tale, your happily ever after, the scenario in your brain that says, here's how I thought my life was going to turn out, and then it didn't, and how you get through processing that. Because when it comes to things like infertility or a major life struggle that is depressing, it can be very difficult to process those feelings. So when what you want does not turn out as planned, it's not the end of the road for you. It doesn't mean that you can't retool, remaster, reprogram, get on a new path and go in that direction. However, sometimes our feelings are so intense, we don't see it or perceive it as that way. So it just means you, as I said, you may need to retool, reroute to get to your happily ever after in some other direction. So for those that don't know me, my name is Shannon Wooten. I am a lifestyle infertility coach, and I help women who feel disconnected from their bodies heal by owning infertility sucks, you don't. So bargaining depression, as I said, is my favorite chapter, and I don't know if this is morbid or weird, but it's my favorite chapter and my favorite part of healing because there's so much resistance involved. It's the hardest part, and it was one of the hardest parts for me to get through. So if you feel like you're in a place where you had a plan for your life and it didn't turn out that way, and that's leaving you feeling depressed, you're not alone. And it's not ridiculous that you feel that way, because sometimes we put a lot of effort into our life. We put a lot of effort into the way we want things to turn out. I know I did, and my husband did with infertility, with all of the infertility drugs, the surgery, everything. We put a lot of effort into it. We begged and prayed to the universe, if you saw my video from yesterday, and still it didn't happen. So grieving the life that we expect or we thought we'd be living is completely acceptable. Grieving your fairy tale makes total sense. And if you're in a place where you are looking at that life and you're saying, I tried so hard and I put in a lot of effort, you're allowed to have that. You're allowed to have that sorrow and that sadness. But if you stay in that place too long, it can keep you depressed. So bargaining and depression can be very useful to identify where the pain exists in our life. So for me, because I never wanted to really get married or have kids, when I was like, yes, I'm doing that now, it doesn't mean I needed to be playing Barbies or baby dolls since birth in order to validate my desire to want a family. No, at about 26, I decided, hey, I can have kids with you, when I looked at my husband, and I expected that. I wanted to see what a version of he and I together would look like. I would love to see what the version of he and I together, their personality would be like. I mean, God help you, I just can only imagine that type of child. However, when I accepted that, I wanted that, and I expected it to happen. And so I put all of my effort and all of my husband's effort into this. And so if you're in that place where you're grieving this idea and you're trying endlessly to make it happen, having grief over that is completely acceptable. But as I said, staying in that place too long and mourning that life can cause you to be missing the here and now, can be the cause of why you're not enjoying your today, your very moment right now, this second life that's happening. You could be missing it. And on top of, as I've said to you before, not sharing all of my feelings with my husband, acting prematurely in my infertility and just doing things, another regret that I have that I hope to share with you and can help you with is not to live in this place too long like I did, where I missed my life for 4 years. So bargaining and depression can be useful to help us identify where our pain lives, grieve the life we had expected that we thought was going to come so easily and naturally to us, like we see it happening for everyone else around us, or so we think is happening easily for everyone else around us, and explore what, if anything, or any parts of that life can be migrated and exist in your future. So yes, my husband and I did IUI, we had surgery, we tried all the fertility drugs and thought, this is the ticket, this is gonna work. And it didn't. And we could have went on to IVF, just not where we're at right now. We could have went on to pursue adoption, just not where we're at right now. So for us, bargaining in depression was more about identifying how we thought our life was going to turn out, grieve what parts of it were making us or you sad, and explore the possibility of what life looks like now and what your happily ever after can look like now. So a lot of times, as I said in the video yesterday, and I'm talking about as well today with bargaining, we can pray to the universe and to God or whatever higher power you think exists that, please, I'm trying all these things, please let this happen. And when it doesn't turn out the way we want, we stop. We become stunted. And that's, I think, natural, right? Like to say, I'm disappointed that this didn't work out, but your life still needs to go on. And whether that ends with you having a child or not, you can still have a happily ever after. You may, however, just need to reroute. You need to rethink. You need to retool and decide for you if your life absolutely, positively, non-negotiable needs to have a child or not. And whatever you decide is completely acceptable and completely okay. But what is most important is that you don't lose yourself. You do not diminish yourself down to the fact that your happily ever after did not turn out the way you thought it was or the way you had expected it to turn out. It doesn't mean that if you put a little bit of effort in, you still can't live a completely happy, fulfilling life, whatever that looks like for you. So as always, thank you guys for signing on. Throw me some hearts, some thumbs up, whatever it is, if you like this video. And don't forget to post your National Infertility Awareness Week posts using the hashtag Infertility Sucks You Don't, or ISYD, hashtag ISYD for short, to win today's giveaway. And today's giveaway is 2 704 Shop t-shirts. And if you didn't see the video yesterday or my giveaway video last week, 704 Shop is a company that is owned by my husband and his business partners. And we wanted to come out and say, look, for any couple that is struggling out there, you and your partner are not alone. You do not have to feel like you're struggling in this process alone. So from me and my husband to you and your partner, we want to gift a couple 2 free t-shirts. I will be direct messaging you or personal messaging you, whatever it is, whether it's Facebook or Instagram, who the winner is by 8 o'clock tonight. And you'll just tell me your sizes and then I'll ship you the t-shirts for free. All for posting National Infertility Awareness. So the other thing is, jump on inside Infertility Sucks You Don't, the private group on Facebook, and join the conversation where you can have a voice, where you don't have to feel alone, and you certainly do not have to be minimized or defined by your infertility because, as I always say, infertility sucks, you don't. All right, guys, be easy. Have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for signing on and supporting this cause and giving infertility a voice. I truly appreciate you. My heart is already with you. I love you guys. Be easy. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. Peace.